Hello, Abe Safa here with Century 21 Harrelson Group. In this video, I wanted to talk to you about how to price your home to get the most money possible. Getting the highest price is always something that just about every single seller wants to get. With some exceptions, if you're looking to get the home sold quickly, a lot of times you might forego a little bit. But for most cases, people want to get the most money possible. So pricing a home right now, especially in this market, is so critical. What I see with many agents right now is they look at the comps, they look at what has sold. Okay, that's okay. That's one of the variables that I look at in determining what a home should be priced at. But when you're in this kind of market, you have to look at more variables than just what it has sold for. Okay, you have to look at a lot of things. You want to look at not only what has sold, you want to look at what is pending right now in the neighborhood. You want to look at what the inventory is like, not just in the neighborhoods, also in the entire market relative to what your price point is going to be. How many homes out there are going to be similar to yours? What does the buyer have as far as options? When they're looking at your home, what else can they go to? I'm also looking at demand. How many buyers are out there looking for that type of home? And I'm also looking at, how many buyer leads are we generating for a particular area for a particular price point? So when it comes to valuation, I'm weighing all those things in. I'm looking at your neighbor's home. I'm looking at your home specifically as well. See what kind of changes you've done to the home. What kind of upgrades are your upgrades that a buyer is going to want. So all these variables come into play when it comes to pricing a home. And when you hire an agent, you need to make sure that they're doing all of those things. They're not just looking at the comps. They're not just looking at a Zestimate. All these different things. I use about 10 different variables to be able to come up with a price. Okay. And then in this kind of market, when it's appreciating, month after month, it seems like inventory has been getting tighter and tighter and the market has been appreciating. You want to kind of set the price a little bit higher and allow the market to catch up to it in a week or 2 weeks or 21 days. That all comes down to you as a seller, what your goals are and how quickly you want to get sold. So when it comes to prices, you want to make sure you're doing all those things to be able to come up with a number that works for you. And choosing the right agent. Now, here's the issue, though. You want to be careful to not price it too high, okay? Right now in this market, homes are selling fairly quickly, and the majority of homes are selling. We're not getting many homes that expire off the market, but there are still some homes that don't sell, and they do come off the market because of one or two reasons, mostly. The agent just didn't do any marketing whatsoever, or more importantly, right now in this type of market, it was priced too high. So I just want to show you a couple of different charts so you kind of get an idea of the damage that can be done when a home is overpriced. Let me share my screen real quick. So this is a chart from Zillow. This is based on Zillow numbers. If you look and see the numbers on the left are the amount of views that a home will get on Zillow. The number on the bottom is the number of days that it's been on the market. You'll see that a big chunk of the views that a home is going to get are in the first 7 days. So if you look at the chart, you'll see how traffic starts off high that first week, and then by the time it just starts to slow down day after day, and once you hit a week, it'll start to gradually decrease and decrease, where you're still getting, by the time you get to day 30, you're getting less than 75% of what you were getting in the first couple of days on the market. Now, why is that important? Okay. I know many sellers out there, you may be one of them, are thinking, okay, well, let me price it higher so I can have a cushion to be able to come down and negotiate. That's fine and dandy, especially in this kind of market where it's appreciating. But if you price it too high, you're going to miss that window in the first 7 to 10 days where the best buyers out there are actually looking. And this is what I mean by best buyers. These are people that actually have been searching and have a saved search on their computer, whether it's with Zillow, whether it's with Century 21, Remax, whatever it may be. In most cases, buyers out there have a saved criteria for what they're looking for a home, price, number of bedrooms, and things like that. So as soon as a home hits the market, these people are getting notifications. So those are your best buyers out there. And typically you catch them in the first week. So if you don't catch them in the first week because you priced it too high for them and you miss them, now what happens is you start getting into week 2, week 3, and you start losing momentum. And then the agent has to be creative to be able to generate that momentum again. Okay, so price it high, but price it smart. look at the numbers and really come up with what the highest possible number within that range that is realistic, and then go with that number. You start getting out of the range of what's possible, you could get into an issue where your home just sits on the market and goes stale. Now, I will tell you, if you still end up going with a higher price and above the comps, then my suggestion would be you've got to be very active. You got to be proactive with the price. So in this type of market, the price will hurt you if it's too high, but what hurts you even more is the days on the market. Buyers out there are looking. If your home's been on the market 30, 60, 90 days, buyers start to think there's something wrong with the home. So if you are going to go above the range of what is realistic, then you have to be very aggressive in making changes fairly quickly. The first 7 days, if you don't have a contract, reduce the price and keep working, because you want to keep that momentum going. I'm going to show you another chart real quick. Okay, so this is when you list a home. This is the chart from Zillow as well, and it talks about what percentage of homes selling at or above asking price, right? So again, you'll see them at 40-something% of homes. If they're going to sell at full price or higher, it's going to happen in the first week. Okay, the longer you stay on the market, the less likelihood that you're going to get your asking price, and you see that number going down by week 2, week 4, 6, 8, and so on. By the time you get to around week 10 or 12, the likelihood of you getting full price on your home goes down significantly. So again, it goes back to pricing your home in a smart way. By all means, get the highest price possible. I'm known in this market for really reaching and trying to get the highest price possible for my sellers, but I also do it in a strategic, analytical, smart way. If you're curious about what your home is worth or have any questions at all about the market, please give me a call. Below is my contact information. You can call me, text me, email me, whatever you prefer. Would love to help you out. And thank you for your time.